pit stop. It's a pit stop. Pit stop. It's a pit stop. Pit stop. It's a pit stop.
And keeping our Purple Pants podcast coverage of Amazing Race Season 37, Brooke and I happen to have the honor of being joined by the most fashionable team. Their Instagram and social media presence has won, in my opinion, the race. We have Han and Holden. What is going on? How are you two feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I can't speak for Han, but I'm enjoying myself.
I think it's kind of surreal that like the secret that we've been holding on to for so long is finally out in the open. And like, we're just so stoked that we got to share this journey with everybody and like stoked to be on the Purple Pants podcast. Let's go.
Yes, we love it. Han, first of all, I've been following you through this whole experience on social media, watching your podcast. And I want to say maybe 2 weeks ago when you revealed talking about that episode, I just wanted to share with you that you are more than enough. Like, we see you, people connect with you. We love your energy. And I just hope that you know that going in and moving forward. Like, you're amazing. Like, truly, like, I love everything about your energy.
Oh, thank you so much, Brice. And it really means the world. And I feel like it's just really easy to discount yourself as opposed to like building yourself up. And like, we would have been lying if we didn't have like all of those negative thoughts after the finale and like the what ifs of like how we could have gotten first place instead of second place. But like, I think it's just always important to give yourself grace. And like, I'm just so grateful that like I got to kind of like experience and learn some of that from my brother, like during our journey together. But like, I genuinely appreciate your kind words and they mean a lot to me. So thank you, Brice.
As someone that I played Survivor, I was out third, not third place. I was out third. And I always have this argument that, yeah, of course we celebrate the winner, but let's fucking go. You got number 2. Like, that's not a small little accomplishment. That is huge. And I hope that you two know that. Now, in that same breath, Holden, can you do me a favor and remind Han why the younger siblings are just superior? Because, I'm the youngest sibling, you're the youngest sibling, and I think, we got this energy about us.
Yeah, why be stressed out when you can have fun? That's my answer. Like why worry when you can have so much fun? I think that I think that's the main thing. Is like I think that like younger siblings are just looser. And like
because the older siblings already did all the hard work. Like, it's fine. It's fine.
I think we should skip this question. Okay,
next question. We're allowed to pass.
I think that like people ask us about like the breathing a lot. I think like if you like an answer to that is like every single leg of the race, like we really tried to improve on one element and like what we could do to get better. And so like in the first leg, we were like, oh my God, we ran with no urgency. We need to run with urgency in the second leg. That got us a second to last place finish. However, after that, we really improved because we were an hour behind. And then we're like, okay, now we need to trust in our decision making, right? So we did that. And we really kept on moving forward. And so we kept on adding one thing to tweak into our improvement for each leg. And I think when I started like really studying breathe, that came from like when we were like, okay, now we need to breathe and like be calm when we're doing these things. Did I do it in a calm way? Absolutely not. But like, it's not like I would just pull in like breathe out of nowhere. It was something that we had discussed before and wanted to work on. And like, I just reminded her like a little brother would,
Han, did you find that being told to breathe actually made you breathe better in any way? Let's breathe. I'm just kidding around. My little brother would say something like that to me, and I would be like, I'm breathing. I'm talking, so I'm breathing. Calm it down.
For sure. I think
Yeah.
just like the flip side of it, like when you watch the hoverboarding scene in the finale, like I really do get in my head, and a huge reason of like how I was able to get it like the next try was I realized I was like, I think I'm not breathing. Like I took a moment to really lie in the water, breathe with myself. And I was like, maybe Holden's onto something, but I'm never going to admit that to him.
You can't tell him that.
Why would I ever do that? And that like, I got the hoverboard in 1 second after I like was able to mindfully like be with myself. But also when your brother is telling you to like stressfully breathe, like sometimes it's just not it, you know?
Hear that. I will say that in looking at the two of you before the season started, I was like, they're young, you know, they don't have a lot of life experience. I underestimated the two of you, and I will be the first to say how wrong I was. You didn't. I sort of got like surfer bro vibes, and like from Holden, and I was like, but then we learned so much about you and how just like the lives that you have lived and the capabilities that all of your experiences have given you. I will say I had so much fun watching you, and I was actively like rooting you on and wanting you to continue, not only because you were so good, but because you were so enjoyable to watch. Because Han, like you, I am a perfectionist, and like nothing less than perfect was ever okay. But I also found a point in my life, because it just got too hard, where it doesn't always need to be perfect, because perfect actually doesn't even, it's not a thing that exists. So I actually really enjoyed watching you go, it doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to be passable. And I don't think that's just a race thing. I think in life, nothing is ever going to be perfect. Do you find that you've sort of taken some of those mantras from the race into your everyday life? And does it make a difference? Have you noticed an ease in breathing, perhaps?
Yeah, for sure. And I think like something about us that I think does show is like we learn very fast. We won't make the same mistake twice. And I think like that attitude in terms of like race like really does apply to life, like in terms of like the wisdom aspect of it. So like really embracing the fact that perfectionism is fake, and like having positive self-talk, I think was super key. Like something that people don't know is like after the race, like I realized how powerful that I could be if I just learned how to like center myself. So I ended up going to India and like living in a monastery for a month to like learn yoga so that I could like learn how to breathe. Like this is not a freaking joke.
Learn how to what?
This guy, man, I swear.
He's a riot, man. My brother and I would have killed each other. I apply with my brother, only one of us would have made it out of alive. It would have been like Thunderdome. The two of you were just so supportive, and I loved it, because Brice and I kind of thought like Holden would be like the little brother and you'd have to keep him in line, but you were wise beyond your years, man. Like it was really fun to watch, and it was really easy to root for. So thank you guys for being so just easy to cheer
Thanks,
on.
Brooke.
Like, that
Thanks,
was
Brice. Appreciate it,
I think
guys.
the best part of this season is the 90 minutes. We got to learn so much about like your family history, learning about your sister, the middle sister, and how supportive, how excited was she seeing her siblings out there killing it on the race and getting number 2?
I actually she's traveling with my mom right now, so we don't know if they've actually seen the episode yet, so they don't know what the results are, I think. But what I will say is that after each leg, she gives us a call, both of us individually. And she's just the best supporter that we could ask for. Our family is just the best supporters that we could ask for. So truly, like it has meant like more than just like us getting to live out a childhood dream. It is like us being able to yeah, give her something to actively cheer for and like yeah, be part of, and it's so exciting.
Just like because there are a couple episodes that I've gotten to watch with her, and her face, like her smile, it stays the same through the entire, like it only gets bigger, it never gets smaller. Like we're just so grateful that like we've had such an amazing cheerleader that's like taught us to really enjoy the little moments and like be appreciative of like our bodies and our brain and just like everything that we've been given. And I think that's something that also accounted to like how we like executed the race, is just like prioritizing having fun, and like rather than seeing every single like tribulation as like a huge hurdle, like we just saw it as like our situation, and like we just continue to tug on and like not give up. So I think we're very blessed to like have gotten to live the lives that we've lived and like have the wisdom that we've had, and like just this experience that we got to share together.
I
Is there
think
anything?
that's beautiful.
Oh, sorry, Brice. No.
No, I was
Okay,
just going to say
is
that.
there...
Go ahead, Brooke.
No, I talk too much. You go.
No, I'm just going to say that I think representation is so important, especially in today's society, the administration, and being the only Asian team out there. What did that feel like? And rocking it, and not only rocking it, killing it, not only killing it, looking good, not only looking good, like your siblings, your families behind you supporting. What did that feel like? Was there any pressure that you had?
Brice, I want to break my own hand, patting my own back.
I
But
know what you're gonna say.
I think I had some bars, dude.
Right.
Okay.
I had some lines that I was like, damn, I said that. God, that was good. Like I'm sure you guys had that walking out of some of your confessionals playing Survivor or like your season of Race, Brooke. But like a goal of mine was to try to get an episode title.
Same.
Um, but I think that like something that we were talking about was it was after like the Bali leg when we had like kept on climbing up and just getting better. I was like, it's crazy. Like all of these teams here think that we're gonna like wilt and die, but like we're playing for something bigger than ourselves. Like we're playing for representation, we're playing for our family, and we're playing for us. Like we're not just playing for the race. And I think that's what makes us dangerous. And I truly think that like that is what like motivated us was like we weren't just playing for like the race. Like we were playing for things that were so much bigger than the race. In my opinion, like things that like I would love $1 million. Like, oh my God, $1 million would do me a lot of good right now. But I think that like the things that I was able to do, I think like if we were able to inspire like a group of like Asian people to like apply to do the race because like they now see it to be possible. I think that in itself is like being human, and I think that's worth more than being worth $1 million. So yeah, I think it was just a net good.
Bryce, your question was better than mine, so thank
Well,
you. But I
But
will
Brooke,
say,
we got to ask the $1 million question though, Brooke. And I think that you need to ask Holden the $1 million question. The $1 million was in the
what was in the McDonald's bag?
yes, Holden. We need to know what was in that bag. It wasn't that
20
good.
chicken nuggets and whatever they had local in the country. Is that right?
Dang, there you go. Yeah,
And we had to have the barbecue sauce, the sweet and sour sauce, and then whatever was in the country.
exactly.
That was the
Obviously,
top
you did
Yes.
both. That's insane. Did you get an episode title?
Yes, I did. We're letting Race
Well-
Brain win.
And also be one with the hay.
Hey, we're in Miami.
We're in Miami, baby.
A lot of it. Okay, so here's the last thing. Is there anything that I know you had 1 million interviews, you will have 1 million interviews. They're not all as great as us, but whatever. Who is? Just kidding. Is there anything that you have not been asked that you want to put out there? Nobody's asked it. What's the one thing that you guys want to get out that you want the fans to know about that nobody's taken the time to ask you about yet?
I think that like especially for this podcast, which is so prevalent for like both race fans and Survivor fans, I think you guys can also like get around this. I think it's like we watched the race as fans and we watched as couch quarterbacks and we were like, dude, how can you be so stupid? The turn is right there, man. I would never make that mistake. And like that's fine, but like personally, I would be watching it in like a perfectly room temperature, like 0% humidity on 8 hours of sleep, like on my couch, watching it and very relaxed, right? I think that like something that I don't think that like we do well as as a race community or like as a Survivor community is like giving like players the grace that they deserve. I think that like the race is super hard. I think it's super pressure filled. I think it's exhausting. The weather conditions aren't great. And like because of all those things, you might see like the worst in people. But I think that like I think that like people grow not because they are criticized, but because they are like given grace and like given time to like grow. And so I think that like giving all of the teams like, yeah, they all made mistakes. Like, that's pretty obvious. But I think that, like, giving them the grace of, like, hey, like, it's okay. Like, how are you going to be better? I think would be very, very helpful as a community.
We love Jonathan and Anna, and we really do think they're great people. And I think we think the world of them, and no one is perfect. And I think, like, life truly is about being better, like, a better version than your previous self. And I think that, like, every human deserves grace. Everyone is human. And, like, no one is perfect.
Yeah.
I love that. I
That's
got
what
a lot
that
of
is.
slack for supporting them this season as well because I got to meet them. I feel like I know Anna and Jonathan, and like I understand, and like we can't bash somebody and then want them to be better. Like which one is it? So like it's a space of growth. accountability, yes, but giving them a space of growth. So I already knew I loved y'all, but like I really love y'all
Right?
even
Like,
more.
just deep and smart. And I actually haven't met them, and I've only known what I've seen on TV. But having lived I've been seen on TV, like, the edit is a very real thing. You've done these things. They can suck out your happy. They can put in this and that and make you look however you've done all the things. But there are ways to make it look a certain way. So I love that what you guys said. I love that you took your time to build up another team. You guys are just so not only kind, but just like deep. And I'm really a fan. I hope that you guys understand how highly we think of the two of you, and welcome to the family. And it's so nice to have you here. You're an amazing addition to just the race family. So
Yeah,
Thank you, Brooke and Brice. Thank you guys.
of course. Before we go, I do have 2 final questions. One, I think I know the answer. Well, I think I know the answer to both of them. But who is the creative genius behind the social media photos? Okay, I already knew it. I knew it because when I tell y'all, I mean, Jack and Carson, they did their thing with their photo shoot, but the way y'all photo shoot ate down, I love it. Like, truly, Han, like it's like the little details and different things that I see that I absolutely love. So I see you. And my next question is, we've seen a trend, and maybe the last 4 seasons of crossovers from the challenge to from Amazing Race to the challenge. If the challenge were to call maybe another Rivals or another type of, duo season, would Han and Holden answer the call?
I have never seen the challenge before.
I was thinking of this last night, and okay, our whole thing is just winging it. And like, I think my answer is like, hell yeah, without much thought. Would I, if do I have to work with my brother on this? Or
No, they might just call you.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I think I would too. I think that like the only game I don't want to really play is Survivor.
amen.
Mostly
No.
because Brice, I don't know how you did it, but I need to brush my teeth, man.
You'll be surprised how white and clean they look. And Holden, you would do great at Survivor. Like I
actually think he'd be great at
second
it
guess
too.
that. Yeah, I think I think you would be great at Survivor, Holden. But listen,
I appreciate it.
I think my favorite thing about this interview was that the two of you are so supportive of each other. And then when we asked you about another show, both of you were like, wait, do I have to work with my sibling? Because if not, yeah, I'm fully in.
And I think this is the question we've gotten a lot. And I think it's that like, yeah, I think that like this has been a great thing for our relationship. And I think we've learned a lot about each other. And like, I think that in the race, perfection is not what you strive. Like you don't need to be perfect. I think that like for sibling relationships, you should at least try to like get close to it. You should just throw the ball and hope it lands somewhere close to perfect. And I think that we have a lot to work on before like our aim and our like distance gets to that point. And so, yeah, I think that like we were just very happy that the race gave us an opportunity to like point out the things we need to work out on individually and collectively.
I feel like the race just feels like the starting line in terms of like where our relationship can go, just because like we said, we literally had never worked together at all, and we learned to work together in 3 weeks. And I feel like getting second on the Amazing Race at the starting line is kind of insane. I think we need a couple more years of maturity if like the call came to our door of like Han and Holden Amazing Race again. But like, I think this is just like a very exciting time for us regardless. And we're just so grateful that like, I don't know. I'm just grateful that I got to frolic around the world with my brother.
Yeah, and my leg's asleep right now. So sorry if my face looks uncomfortable. But yes, I agree. I 100% agree.
Well, on that note, it's been such a pleasure. I look forward to meeting you two in person and seeing you on our TV screens sooner than later. Congratulations again.
Thank
you, Brooke.
So
you guys are the best.
You guys are the best.
It's the Purple Pants Podcast. You better listen in public, might make your stomach hurt. Ooh. It's the Purple Pants Podcast. You're trying to unwind, you better get that box wine. It's the Purple Pants Podcast. You're trying to get your snack, you better hurry right back though. It's the Purple Pants. It's the Purple Pants.